Hey everybody, this is Sheriff Timothy Carter, the Shenandoah County Sheriff, and I'm here today at Veterans Day at the fairgrounds, and I have another special guest with me today, and his name is Mitch Rubenstein. Mitch is a friend of mine, and I've got connected through, the activities that the VFW in Edinburg have held. And so Mitch, tell us a little bit about you. Where do you live? When did you serve? That kind of thing.
Well, I'm originally from New York.
Right.
I'm sure you can tell from the accent.
Right.
And we came down here in 2010 when my wife decided she wanted to work for a military academy.
Right.
So she started out working for Massanutten Military Academy.
Right.
I had already been retired from the police department back in New York and retired from the military as well. I spent 3 years on active duty in the Army. I was in an airborne unit. My job was with the 118th Airborne MP Company, and I was an explosive detection dog handler.
Oh, okay.
What got me into the VFW was my time in Grenada for the invasion back in October of '83.
Right.
We moved down here to Virginia, and originally I was brought to the American Legion and joined the American Legion, and as I was coaching football, I met a few other people there, and hey, have you ever been to the VFW? I said, I don't even know what a VFW is.
Yeah.
And, but they brought me over, and kind of felt like I was more at home with the VFW guys.
Right.
And that's when I decided to join there, and within about a month, I was asked to be the adjutant.
Right.
And then after the adjutant, the quartermaster. And I did that for the first year or two, and then I moved up into the junior vice commander's position, senior vice commander, and now I'm the commander of the post.
So in other words, you kept volunteering for stuff. They taught us in basic training not to volunteer for anything, but you just kept on doing it, right?
Well, I got to tell you something. I've learned a long time ago, and that was the old myth: don't volunteer for anything.
Right, right.
But if you look sharp and you act sharp, they pick you for the good jobs.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
So volunteering is not always a bad thing as long as you got your stuff together.
Right. Well, tell us a little bit about what are the services that VFW provides veterans. And I know I see you guys usually at the event that you hold each Veterans Day, and on Memorial Day service and things like that. But what are you guys doing for veterans in the region?
Well, we provide services for all veterans, whether you're a member of the post or not.
Right.
If you're a combat vet or one that is deployed or in some type of situation that is recognized that would qualify for the VFW, you can join us, and we'd love to have you. Of the ones that don't qualify for us, if you have a family member that was in a conflict of some sort that qualifies for the VFW, they can join as an auxiliary member.
Okay.
But we pretty much live by the motto that we have for the VFW is no one does more for veterans. And if there's something that can benefit a veteran, if they have, especially with the PTSD issues and stuff like that, we're there to listen, help, and do whatever we can. I am actually, besides the commander for the post, I'm our service officer.
Right.
As a service officer, if you had some type of got injured or hurt or feel that you are due for a claim throughout the military for a percentage of loss,
right,
we can do that paperwork.
Right.
Get at least that started and then turn the paperwork in, and then you should hear from a veteran service officer from the state, and they'll contact you.
Right.
I also have a position with the state right now. I'm the judge advocate for the state. Hopefully within about 3.5 years, I should be the state commander. Okay. If everything goes accordingly. Right. We have some of the things in our post that we've started. We have an honor guard. We have the Riders Group. The Old Time Festival that's coming up. You'll see everything on display that we have there. Right. Our post has been going through a facelift. We've changed a lot. Matter of fact, we are in the process of putting in a back parking lot now. Okay. But there is no smoking in the building. If you want to go over to smoke, you got to smoke outside. Right. We've become more of a family and family friendly and just friendly to anybody, that really likes the veterans and wants to meet the veterans and be part of the veterans. Right. Right. Well, I tell you,
My experience with Edinburg VFW and in your post has been always positive. And if someone wanted to get those services that you all provide, is there a way that they can do that, or place a point of contact, or how would they reach out to the VFW service?
You could always contact me,
right?
And my number is always available. But if you had the opportunity to go into the post itself,
right,
and say that you had an issue that you'd like to speak to the service officer about, you can come in and just leave a message for me, and or they'll call me up, and if I can get in there, I will.
Right.
Like I said, there's a lot of things that are going on. COVID kind of, everybody took a hit with that.
Yeah.
But now things have gotten a little bit better, but we try to remain proactive through everything. Even though we were not at 100%, we were still functioning.
Right.
As the commander, I try to make sure that we follow the COVID guidelines to the most, but also keep functioning in a way that we can produce what we need to produce. There are requirements that we were looking to do that needed to get done. All in all, last year we had a great year, regardless of what happened, and we actually are now a All-American post.
Right.
So that's a big. I think for Post 2447, that's a first.
Now, what does All-American Post mean?
All-American Post means that we are in the top echelon of the VFW posts throughout the nation.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
You can be all-state, meaning that you can meet the requirements throughout the state and be an all-state post, which we've been doing for the last 5 years.
Right.
As All-American, now we're nationally recognized.
Right.
And it just is a feather in our cap. It makes us more presentable when we go out there to talk to people.
Right.
That means we've met all the requirements that they've asked of us. Our membership is above 100%.
Right.
Our community service book that we have is always on display, where you can see the things that we've done throughout the year.
Right.
We participate in parades. We participate in the sad stuff when it comes to funerals and escorts with that, with the riders. Everything that you mentioned earlier,
right.
Every one of the nationally recognized veteran type of holidays.
Right.
We're involved with that, and we have flag etiquette, flag disposal.
Mm-hmm.
You name it, we have it. That we're following the protocol of everything that needs to get done.
Right.
Even more so to the point now where if somebody had a worn and unserviceable tattered flag and wanted to have it properly disposed, they can bring it down to VFW. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have what looks like a mailbox out in front.
Right.
And it says for the worn and tattered flags.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Yeah.
And but there's a lot more things that are going to be happening around there. As you can, when you drive by, you'll see we've given a lot of attention to just cleaning up the place, and it looks great right now.
Yeah. Well, Mitch, listen, I really appreciate you spending a few minutes of your time today with us. I appreciate your service, not only as a first responder, but service to your country. And I was at Fort Benning when you were in Grenada. Yeah, I figured that out when you told me the time you were there. So I remember the Grenada thing, but that was early in my time. And but again, if people are interested, Post 2447 in Edinburg, the Veterans of Foreign Wars post there, and Mitch Rubenstein has been our guest. Mitch, thanks so much. Is there anything that I've missed that you'd like to say?
No, you can rest assured one thing: as long as I'm the commander, there's going to always be a real strong ties with the Sheriff's Department and all law enforcement first responders.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you for you guys, what you do.
Yeah, man. Well, everyone, thanks again for listening today. And you can find this and other content on all our social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can find all of our other podcasts on my YouTube channel. That's at Sheriff Tim Carter. While you're there, go ahead and subscribe, smash that like button, or hit the bell there for future notifications. Again, this is Sheriff Tim Carter. Thanks so much for listening.